Hey Clay, screw you. Okay, just kidding. But seriously, what the hell is wrong with that man? Well, let me start off by dishing out a spoiler alert warning for those who are yet to watch episode 11 of Love is Blind season 6. This video here is about everything that transpired in the lead up to a shocking turn of events at the altar. If you haven't checked it out yet on Netflix, I suggest you hop right over and come back here so we can spill some tea and throw some things around, because what the hell was that? I need some explanations. A part of me wants to desperately pretend to be also shocked that when the time came for Amber and Clay to say their I do's, he got the heebie-jeebies and wet the bed. The nerve of this man. Because for real, he had all the time in the world to say, my lady, I don't think this is working out. He chose to string her along to embarrass her in front of her family and the whole world at the very last possible moment. So the part of me that wants to act all surprised is purely informed by the fact that this couple seemed to be doing rather well in terms of reconciling their differences and actively working towards something solid. Yes, the whole time it was clear that their relationship needed a lot of work, but seeing that this whole experiment is about how far and how fast the couples can get married after falling in love without first seeing each other, I get there just wasn't a lot of time for all of that. And the same part of me that knew all along this is how it was going to turn out is staring at me in the face with how many red flags were scattered all over the place about Clay. For one, he clearly had commitment issues stemming from his father's infidelity. We know now that his father used to take him along when going on his cheating escapades, and it became a secret they both kept from his mom.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
That very fact, by the way, brings the number of women Clay hurt on this show to 2. One, it's obviously AD, who was led to believe that everything is going well until the last possible moment on the altar. But my guy, you also decided to embarrass your mother by revealing intimate details of your father's affairs on TV. Now she's finding new things out along with the world, and then you go on right ahead and break your woman's heart with little to no discernible grasp of what you've just done. And spare me the soapy stories, because in as much as we talk about the generational curse haunting that family now and how his father's cheating might have distorted his own understanding of relationships, we must prioritize Amber's well-being at the moment. At the end of the day, she opened her heart to you, and she was willing to overlook so much crap because she understood that marriage is about so much more than just the euphoria of a fantasy. And oh my God, that moment when she said she felt like she had been a sacrifice in his journey to healing his crazy demons, that is. I felt that so deeply. So what exactly went wrong? I'll tell you what. That man probably knew this whole time that he had no intentions of ever getting married to AD. Clues date back to the part where a couple of red flags started being waved in the air. Remember that time he ran his mouth about how he will definitely not be proposing to someone whom he does not find attractive? I mean, granted, that's his personal choice and prerogative, but I think the fact that it totally defeated the whole point of this particular experiment was already a sign that this would be a total waste of time. And there were more red flags along the way, but a little bit more on that later. Did I not gag when Jimmy left it all the way to the fancy dinner to tell Chelsea that there was no way in hell he would be walking down that aisle? Can't pretend to be surprised about that one, to be quite honest. This particular couple were more tormented than they seemed to ever enjoy their relationship on the show, and I definitely think it would have been a disaster for them to get married. But I also think it's just the way the cliffhanger happened on episode. It suggested that Chelsea is the one who might bail out on the wedding. But after explaining how truly he loves her and she ticks all the boxes of a wife, a claim which I found absurd, Jimmy brutally let Chelsea know that he won't be moving forward with the wedding. With all the disasters this season, only one couple finally said their I do's. Amy and Johnny, obviously, have been genuine this entire time, and at last, they tied the knot in front of their friends and families, and of course, us. They also have things to figure out, by the way, but their troubles are far removed from the hellscape we saw with some of the couples this season. Another interesting thing to peep is how for most of the guys, it seems the characteristics of a good wife centered around how much she loves him. I could be wrong, and drag me if I am, but both Jimmy and Clay were vocal about how much they loved to see that the women really loved and cared for them. I don't know, maybe it's the way they were saying it, like AD and Chelsea's ability to communicate their love inspired them to love them back even more. Right? Strange. Just me? Okay. How did we get here though? Let's take a look at how we ended up with just one wedding this season. How we should have seen it coming from Clay, Chelsea's worst nightmare coming to life, and some of the couples that never made it. Talk back in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe to this here channel. Welcome back to the Quench channel, and welcome back to the brutal world of dating in 2024. Clay shocked the world in the season 6 finale of Love is Blind when he turned down AD at the altar. After months of spinning so much BS and saying a whole lot of nothing, Clay took his turn to say his vow and turned it into some clownery. But while everyone is obviously worked up right now, I think it's really for the best, hey? Now, his father was there, and we know now that his cheating past is the reason Clay is having commitment issues. His mother was also there and spoke to the father about he needs to apologize and make it right. Whew! I think AD should have never kept overlooking all the crap just because she wanted this to work so much. She folded so many times, and I truly hope that she will now find her happily ever after. I also wish the best for Clay because at the end of the day, hurt people end up hurting people. And in the grand scheme of things, we are all out here just trying our best. You know what I mean? I hope he will now take the time to heal and face his issues with honesty and vulnerability before pulling nonsense like this with somebody else. Chelsea has already revealed on her TikTok that she's been going to therapy to work on her insecurities, and I'm glad because she was super paranoid the whole time. Jimmy was no saint in how the relationship was handled, but what I can say is that man tried his best. I do think he could have been more courageous and to be that much sooner. To say, you really aren't the girl for me, hey? Overall, not a season that has inspired a lot of hope in love and dating. Tell us what you think in the comments, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We love you for watching, and until next time, bye!